off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, number one talk in the IE. Thank you very much. And streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, and more. Why so many places? I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, no K words, no P. Diddy, no T words. Instead, I want to balance out all the bad news out there. No headlines here. So if you're looking for that, you've got plenty places to go, because if it bleeds, it leads. And I am not into having you start your day saying, what is wrong with people? Instead, for the last 678 consecutive weeks, celebrating 13 years today, this is a show about hope and happiness. And today I'm so delighted to celebrate literally my 13th year. I purposely scheduled two past beautiful, wonderful guests who are with me in studio today live on my YouTube TV channel. Free subscribe, give me the finger, not that one, but this one. You will know her. Lucie Désirée Arnaz is an American actress and singer with over 50 years in show business. She's the daughter of actors Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, and her career began on The Lucie Show with her mother, where she started as a recurring role and later became a series regular at age 15. She went on to star in her own CBS series, The Lucie Arnaz Show, and Sons and Daughters. She still performs and just finished a show at the Museum of Musical Instruments in Phoenix, Arizona. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, I played the piano there. They have a beautiful grand piano there as well. And back to the studio every year. I support, I wish I could support all nonprofits and all the work that they do. But because I have 8 jobs and time is a non-renewable energy, I do select a handful. And Doors of Change is a 501c organization that I've been supporting for years now, very, very staunchly, because they're actually making a difference. And I don't talk about problems on this show, like homelessness, unless there's a solution. And certainly Doors of Change does so much for this particular temporarily dark place of homelessness. For the first time in over 22 years, they have placed 688 youth per year in safe housing in the last couple of years, shattering records from previous years. They've reached another milestone of helping place for over 2,800 youth in safe housing since 2001. Please welcome back to my studio, Jeffrey Sitcov and Lucie Arnaz.
Thank you. That's a lovely introduction. Thank you, Marissa.
Absolutely. I'm just so delighted. We're going to have breakfast first, y'all know, for the last couple of years, to anchor the fact that we're not going to start with bad news or fake news. Top of the bun is, what am I grateful for outside of myself? And bottom of the bun is, what am I grateful for inside of myself, otherwise known as appreciation. And we start every show with my guests or co-hosts or myself the same way. So I'll start off. I am grateful for 678 consecutive weeks of doing this, which most 88% of the time it's fabulous and fun and easy. And 12% of the time, I really want to do this again every morning. But I am so grateful to continue to come at you and be so supported. Thank you so much to all my listeners and watchers for continuing to support and want some good news. So that's what I'm grateful for this morning. Let's go to Lucie. What are you grateful for?
Outside myself, I'm grateful that I've been married to the same incredible guy for almost 45 years. We celebrate our 45th anniversary in June 22nd. We're going to go down to Las Cruces in Mexico, where we have a little house. And I wake up every morning, just kind of like, I feel like the same thing you just said. 12% of the time, I think, I can't do this anymore. The rest of the time, I'm so grateful to have this partner, this guy who cheers me on no matter what the deal is, always there. I ended up with the best husband ever. And when I start to count my blessings, he always comes first. And then my children, and it goes down from there to every little cockamamie thing. But I would guess at the top of the list, I would have to say how lucky I am to have paired up with somebody so positive and smart and creative. I just love Larry Luckenbill very much. And outside of myself, is that outside of myself? I guess that's outside of myself. Inside of myself, I think I'm most grateful that I haven't given up with the amount of crazy that's going on. There's a lot of crazy going on. And I wake up sometimes and I just, did I just dream that? Mm-hmm. But then I go, okay, I'm a battery charger. That's what I do for a living. I go out and I entertain people so we can recharge our batteries and come back the next day and help Jeffrey and help the immigrants and help, Social Security not get taken away and all that. It takes a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. And I'm just grateful that I could still wake up every day and have it. I still have my energy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's great. And Jeffrey.
I'm grateful for my wonderful wife, for my wonderful family, and for our amazing staff at Doors of Change, because these people are so passionate, so loving, and so great. That's why we've been able to help 2,900 kids get housing over the last 24 years. It would never have happened without our amazing staff. So I'm grateful for both of those. Inside, I guess I'm grateful that I've done everything I can to help these youth over the last 24 years. I don't have any guilt that I couldn't have done more. And I'm so appreciative that I have the time to do it.
Fantastic. Absolutely. I'm going to do one more. I'm grateful for hot showers. Something that not everybody gets to enjoy. And let's do a quick little one like that. Jeffrey, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful that I'm able to travel every year, to take a little time off so that I don't burn out, so I can recharge and help more people. And I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do that.
Fantastic. Where was the last place you went?
Went to New Zealand.
Oh, I was there too last year. Did you go to that?
Favorite country, the South Island.
The Queenstown,
Yep.
Where you go. Wasn't that beautiful?
Yes, it's gorgeous. I love it there. My wife loves it there. And we're going to go there every year for the next couple of years to get away and relax and enjoy and be in a wonderful environment.
Fantastic. And Lucie, one last gratitude.
Just one last gratitude. That's the hardest part, just throwing out just one last gratitude. I'm grateful that I got all my chicks all near me. All my kids and all my grandchildren live within 20 minutes of my house right now. That's a miracle. And I'm so grateful because I don't expect it to last forever. Kids move and jobs change and things. But right now they're all here playing together like they lived across the country from each other. And now for some bizarre reason, we're all here in Palm Springs. And all three grandchildren play together, like playing together. They have cousins. I didn't really have that growing up. I didn't get a lot of that. I think they're so lucky. So as a family, we're just really blessed right now.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I am going to specifically ask you to do one more thing for the bottom of the bun. And the reason why appreciation of self is so important is we're told don't toot your own horn. You're not all that. 7 out of 10 of us were told as kids, you're not good enough, you're not worthy. And so it's super important for me in the morning to talk about what we like about ourselves. Actually, we're going to model this for you before you go to bed. So before you go to bed, I want you to remember this exercise that we're going to do. What is one thing that you like about yourself so that you're not looking for likes in all the wrong places like social media, literally. So do you know one thing that you know is, you're pretty good at and you like about yourself, and no matter what people say about you, you just go, okay, you're entitled to your own opinion, but I do really appreciate myself for these things. Okay. That way you're going to get a good night's sleep instead of thinking about what I didn't get done, who done me wrong. So this is a good life exercise. And I'll start with that. I appreciate my ability to continue to be, put my life jacket on with a silver lining. And that because of that, in New Zealand, I not accidentally met someone walking when I introduced myself, she said, I know you from New Zealand. Okay. And I thought maybe because of my interview with Halle Berry or John Travolta, which people in Bondi Beach in Australia did, or Sydney. But she said, my coach, she's the #1 life coach in New Zealand, tells people to tune into you and listen to your content. So that is, I so appreciate that. I'm like, if you build it, they will come. And I don't care about numbers. I do care that I'm consistent with this message. And for that, I appreciate myself. And I'm going to give myself some love for that.
Yay! I love that.
How's that?
I love that. I love that.
Thank you. Lucie.
I got two things. One is something that we were taught as kids. My father always used to say, and I wake up every day and I approach everything that happens in my day. There must be a way. So call that optimism, call it the glass is half full, call it just guts and chutzpah. I don't know. But he would always say, well, he wouldn't get discouraged and he wouldn't blame other people if things didn't go right. And he taught us to look at things and go, okay, that looks bad, but that looks like it's a no. But there must be a way. There must be a way to turn that into a yes. And right on the heels of that, because I think that he approached things like that too, with humor. Thank God I still have humor. I don't know what I would do without a sense of humor. And even when I am the most depressed about something, these days there's a plethora of things to choose from. I sometimes don't want to see it funny. It's like, don't be funny. Like, it's serious. Don't be funny. Don't make fun of this. I can't help myself. Yeah. You have to. And it's just great because in a way, you go, you know what? When all is said and done, none of that matters. Like, right? It really does. It's all about what's happening inside. And you can, sounds a little woo-woo, but you're familiar with unity and all that stuff. So I truly believe that everything is already given and you just have to be willing to accept what you say you want. And so I spend a lot of time just saying, okay, all right, I'm willing. Am I really? Okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe I figure out why I'm not. That's why I'm not getting it. But you can look at life through that lens every single day and just get through every little moment a little happy, a little more positive, a little more optimistic and stuff. That's the other thing.
Very well said. Very well said.
Thank you. Yay, I get applause.
Oh, wait. No, yes.
I love it.
Absolutely. And I apologize. I was slow on the on the uptake on that. And Jeffrey, your internet is making Lucie frozen with her laugh open, which is good. Jeffrey, what are you grateful for about yourself? What are you appreciating about yourself?
I'm grateful that I've always really been positive, always make lemonade out of lemons. I've done that my whole life, and I'm grateful for that.
Awesome. And thank you so much for joining us for breakfast. This is a Good Life Habit and a hashtag Blisscipline that I'm hoping you will continue for the next 28 consecutive days, with or without me on the air, on camera. If you do this, it's science now. If you continue this for 28 consecutive days, it will become a good life habit, and it will wrap and sandwich your day in the most positive way. Thanks for joining us for breakfast. And now for the topic of the day. I won this at Dave & Buster's. It says everything is awesome. The topic of the day is Doors of Change. It is one of the best organizations I know in the area of getting youth off of the streets. And we do have the founder, President Jeffrey Sitcov, here with us today, and then his fabulous spokesperson. And she, like me, I'm sure gets bombarded with people asking for support and help and a name to back up what they're doing. But she has specifically chosen, like I have as well, this particular organization. And I'm going to start with that. Lucie, why is this the organization that you want to put your name and your efforts and your time behind?
Well, that's a good question. It's instinctual. I mean, you meet the people and you have a feeling that this is their life's work, that they would do anything for the cause. And I believe that about Jeffrey and his people. And he was introduced to me by a mutual friend who I trust. So that's part of it. If somebody else says, no, you can trust these people and they would really benefit from your help, I was like, okay. Because we all want to try to help the things we see going, awry in the world, and especially homeless youth. If that doesn't affect you, everybody, then you're dead already, and it affects me a lot. And because I have children and grandchildren, I can think, what would I do? And a couple of my kids have actually lived on the street from time to time because the choices that they decided to make, and I had to let them go through it. And you can only help so much. And then they come out of it and they go, okay, I don't want to do that again. And maybe sometimes that helps. But a lot of kids can't get that far. They can't go, I don't want to do that again. They're stuck there and they don't have anybody to help them out. And Jeffrey has taken that on as his cause. And I just think it's a valiant effort. And if I can be of any assistance because I have some tiny little voice in the universe, then that's a piece of cake for me. He's doing all the heavy lifting. I just want to show up and tell people about it because it's a big problem. And I believe, unfortunately, every time we have these conversations, Jeffrey, we say it's getting worse, but now I'm afraid it's really going to get worse because we are not going to be funded possibly, and local areas are not going to get the kind of funding that they've been getting in the past to help the problem. And so the more of the brunt of the problem is going to land on people like Jeffrey Sitcov and Doors of Change. And so we all have to start speaking up, and the good thing is, I think people were lazy for a while about a lot of stuff. We're just involved in ourselves and our social media and how big is our TV. And I think things are changing now. We're realizing that isn't going to help the world get better. We have to pay attention. We have to gather together and help the little guy, help the people who can't help themselves right now. And so that's happening maybe it took the crazy to wake us up to that thing. And so that's why I'm involved in it. I think it's a good cause, and I trust Jeffrey Sitcov to use the money wisely that he raises.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to play a little clip, looking for the link. There it is, for us all, so you can see the impact of this particular fabulous organization.
The thing that made me leave home when I was 12 that was so bad was my new stepfather. He started to abuse me physically, emotionally, mentally, would call me names, drag me by my hair, hit me, kick me. He was basically torturing me.
On the streets is quite difficult and near impossible to trust people, really, because they were always looking out for themselves. I had to do the same, look out for myself.
The longest time period I didn't eat for was probably like 3 days.
I was chain smoking cigarettes for warmth. I figured the heat from the smoke, would keep me warm for the night.
I slept in a lot of crazy places. I would sleep like on park benches in parks. I slept on the beach a lot. I eventually had a tent. Well, there was one night I slept in a dumpster on top of a piece of cardboard. Thankfully, it wasn't trash day.
I was able to sleep in front of anybody, no matter what. It was like, hey, if they kill me, they kill me. If they would try to rob me, they rob me. It's like, that's just what it was.
I would perform in the streets to get some money. I would just do tricks with a soccer ball.
The toughest thing about being homeless is the loss of hope and trying to hold on to that.
I first heard of Doors of Change through outreach. Jeff was walking around doing outreach.
We're going on outreach, which we've done now for 18 years, twice a week, trying to find homeless kids between the age primarily of 16 to 25. When we find them, we ask them if they'd like to come to a music and arts program. They get free music lessons, free art, free dinners, free food, free clothes, case management, whatever they would like. We've seen now over 7,300 visits now in 6 years.
The staff of Doors of Change are kind. They're always in a great mood. They're always asking to help anyway. It's really nice. It feels like a family.
Doors of Change has helped me because I was homeless at 17 because my biological dad got involved and he punched me in the face repeatedly. And now I'm about to graduate from college, computer engineering. Homeless, degree. Pretty clear line.
It's really important that people that are able to donate to Doors of Change can provide the financial support that we need to continue to provide opportunities for these kids, whether it be music instruments, referrals, life skills, anything that they need help with. They need a lot of support. And even if it's just $5, I mean, really anything can help these kids. And the bigger the donation, the more children are going to end up with opportunities like me that they can make something of themselves and make an impact in this world. And that's why it's so important that we have donors. They really make the whole organization run.
It's a great. That's a beautiful film you put together. That's really nice. It says it all.
Thank you.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Am I muted? Oh, I'm good. Wait, hold on. You're going to get a double dose today. That was for Doors of Change, and certainly the work that Jeffrey started and founded back in 2011. Is that the
2001.
Oh, wow.
24 years.
24 years. Wow. So I'm a baby at 13, 24 years ago. And Jeffrey, did you know when you grew up that you would be the founder and president of an organization that takes homeless youth off the streets?
No way. I'm a physical therapist by profession. I practiced for 18 years. I had a successful practice with 17 employees, and I had a spinal cord injury 25 years ago. And that led me to this. If I wouldn't have got injured, this would never have happened. So it really was a blessing in disguise. I know that I was chosen to do this, and that's why I take it very seriously. But, it's only I'm the quarterback. We have a tremendous amount of angels that, support us, and Lucie is one of them. Without the team, we would never be where we are. Our case managers, our program directors are just amazing people that the youth trust them very quickly. And trust is everything, Dr. Marissa, because these youth don't trust anybody. And why would they, right? I mean, they've been taken advantage of by every adult that they know. But our case managers and our program director and our staff, they are so passionate about helping them that the kids very quickly get that they are safe to be around. And that's why we've gotten the successes that we've gotten, because, you know, unless a youth trusts you, they're not going to go for mental health referrals. They're not going to go to get housing. But because they trust, you know, Turquoise, Angel, Joanne, our wonderful staff, that's why they got off the street, and that's why they have a successful life. They have to work hard, but we have the angels that will help them lift up a little, give them a hand up, not a hand out.
Absolutely. And I do love your staff. Shout out to the staff who, you know, they are so kind to me every year. They just love, and I know that they follow me on social, Doc Balance on Instagram, Dr. Marissa everywhere else, and they are truly, they care. And I think that I want to put the moose on the table for a second, and that's my Canadian version, where I was born, version of talking about the elephant in the room. So the moose is going to say the average response that I see and hear when someone mentions homelessness is eyeballs rolling, or they just need to get a job. So, and then these days, as Lucie was alluding to, it's even worse because we have, you know, I have a rule, we don't talk politics and religion on the show. However, I will just allude to the fact that the leadership has given rise to a permission to continue that untrue BS belief system that the reason why people are on the streets is because they're lazy and don't want to get a job. So let's just deal with that head on. In your experience, both Lucie, you were talking about personally as well. Jeffrey, you've been doing this for 24 years. What is the breakdown? Okay, it's not all, you know, one reason or the other, but give us, you're the expert. When you see youth on the street,
yes,
we just heard from 4, okay? What is the profile? Why are kids 17 to 24 or the age group, why are they on the streets?
That is such a great question, Dr. Marissa. And this is the biggest misconception I've seen in 24 years. 98 to 99% of the youth that are on the streets are there because they have to be. They don't want to be. 40% of the 4.2 million youth that are homeless in America today, between 17 to 24, are there because they're LGBTQ plus kids. They tell their parents that they're gay, and within an hour, they're thrown out of the house. They don't give them food, clothing, money, nothing. They're out. That's 40% of the 4.2 million. The other 60% come from very dysfunctional families. Their parents are drug addicts, they're alcoholics, they're mentally ill. They're not safe to be in the house. It's safer for the youth to be outside than in their house, which is terrible, but that's the way it is. And once they're on the streets, they don't know who to trust.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny because you say, why don't they just get a job? I know people say, they go, well, first of all, a lot of them are like 14 or 15 or 16. And do you ever try to get a job when you didn't have an address? You know, like I have adult children who went to college, they can't get the right job. I mean, you think you just some homeless person, why don't they just get a job? That's not that easy. And then what? So then they have some money, they're still on the street. Just have a little job. They can barely buy bread with that. They're not going to be able to get an apartment. They're not going to be able to guarantee down. They're not going to, I mean, I've, have purchased places and rented places for many, many years in my dotage here. I know what that's like. These people, that's just ridiculous to say that. And there's a reason you're supposed to stay home with your family for a while until you get launched. That's why you go to school. That's why you get jobs while you're living at home. And if it gets all thrown out of whack because the family's nuts or their religious crazy, beliefs make them kick out their own children because they say they love somebody, like, are you kidding me? think I could kick out my children if they told me they killed somebody. I mean, I still have to say, oh my God, what happened? You know, and I'd still be their parent. So it's absolutely disgusting to me to realize that so many of these human beings are being treated worse than the stray animals in the street. You know, we treat some of them better than we treat some of the people. Because like you said, we just look at them and think, oh God, they're so dirty. Why don't they just get out of my way? Stop littering my parking lot. Get away from the market. You know, it's like you see the faces on the patrons that pass by and they have no sympathy for the most part. And like Jeffrey taught me a long time ago, carry some water in your car and an apple or something. I don't know if they take apples anymore, Jeffrey. They're always afraid somebody's going to poison them. But a closed bottle of water is a nice thing to hand somebody who's homeless, especially if you live in the desert like I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
The transitional age kids we're talking about, 17 to 24, called transitional age youth. They're the most underserved of the entire population because exactly what you're talking about. They feel, they're adults. They can, get by on their own. They have never been taught the skills by their parents to succeed. And so they have no idea how to do it. But the good thing is that the highest age group of breaking the cycle of homelessness of any age group is the transitional age kids. So if you give them a hand up, the highest rate of breaking the cycle, they will break the cycle more than any other age group. So when you give a donation, when you say, I want to volunteer, this is the age group that you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck because they will succeed if you give them a hand up and they trust you. They want to get off the streets. They will follow what you recommend because they will trust you eventually. And thank God they trust us very quickly. That's why in the last 3 years alone, and Lucie's been helping us, 805 youth we've been housed because of help that Lucie, our team, our case managers, our program director together, we've helped over 800 kids get off the streets in just 3 years alone.
I was on time for that one. Thank you so much. And I will be giving you the same award I give you all the time, Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award for both the spokesperson, Lucie, and for Doors of Change, the quarterback, the team captain, and then all of the teams and staff at Doors of Change. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award.
That's great.
And now we do need to take a very quick break for news, weather, traffic on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. I am going to be back in 2 and 2. Don't go away. That's what Chuck Woolery used to say, but it's actually peace in and peace out. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time.
What a day.
I love you.
I love you too.
Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
And supporting Cancer Schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what's the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, and people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else.
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree.
You're
with
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So,
and I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today. Are you lonely?
No.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be.
But I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. Or I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans, they have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go. So
Okay, come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News Radio, home to the Asian Oprah, #1 talk in the IE. Thank you very much. The station that leaves no listener behind, and a show that balances out all the negative headlines out there with some heart lines and some great topics and great people, especially today. As you could see in the extended break, I am celebrating 13 forking years doing this show. And as you saw, there's so many wonderful, fabulous people who have been guests, including who I have here in studio today. I do have Jeffrey Sitcov, the president and founder of Doors of Change, making such a substantial difference in taking homeless youth off of the streets. And then beautiful spokesperson who has been on before as well, Lucie Arnaz. She is the daughter of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, and an incredible entertainer in her own right, and still entertaining. She's like the Energizer Bunny, and I'd like to welcome them back to the show.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And you saw the other spokesperson. I've had half of the cast of Happy Days, or actually 2/3. I think everybody except the Fonz and Ron, who's difficult to get on a show anywhere. But I'm so grateful that Marion Ross has come twice, and she is 96 now, I believe. And I had Jim Meskimen on and bring her on, and I just wanted to she's probably one of my favorite guests, and she's just so lovely. If you missed that interview and her wish for all of you, please do free subscribe to the YouTube channel, give me the finger, the thing called the thumbs up, and enjoy that interview, because I did all of this for y'all. The YouTube channel is free. It's a free subscribe. You do not need to pay. And you do need to support this organization called Doors of Change. You saw the people who have been impacted, just a handful. Justine's my favorite. She will always be my favorite because she goes from homeless, being abused by a stepfather, no choice, not lazy, as proof in the pudding for that. She graduated first with a degree and law school. I mean, talk about a shift from homeless to law school, and also makes beautiful jewelry. So I look forward to every year.
By the way, she's our first former homeless youth that's on our board now. She's a board member of Doors of Change.
Wow, that is so
full circle.
Full circle. Absolutely. So Anson is also a spokesperson. And I just have to mention, I don't know how Jeffrey does this, but he has so many people, very name well known, who understand and want to support. So just to name drop a few: Elton John, Billy Joel, the Rolling Stones, Bruce Springsteen, Carlos Santana, Tony Bennett, Three Dog Night, which I got to. Jeremiah was a bulldog. I got to dance to them. Billy Crystal, Steve Martin, Robin Williams. And by the way, in the silent auction, or not so silent, the auction, you can get things that have been signed by all of these names. And then the moms. Lucie Arnaz, top spot for the mom that supports this organization. Marion Ross, who I just spoke about. Jane Kaczmarek. I don't know if I said that.
Jane Kaczmarek.
Thank you.
Broadway and television performer. Jane Kaczmarek.
Malcom in the middle. Karen Grassle, Little House on the Prairie. I'm actually having Nellie, Allison Arngrim on to celebrate as well next week for the show. June Lockhart, Lassie, Lost in Space, Ilene Graff, Dee Wallace, my beautiful friend who was just on as well. She's the mom on E.T., Michael Learned from the Waltons and from Dahmer. That was so scary. And we did have a beautiful keynote one year that I was there, Miss Universe and attorney Nikki Johnson-Huston. So if you haven't already planned to come, I want to direct you to their website that I'm going to share right now. That it's a party every year. I think Lucie's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Lucie's friend, who is all of our friends, who absolutely supports this and gets the names here. Harlan
Bull. Thank God for Harlan. Hey, Jeffrey, Harlan's been a saint. And
he has been a saint.
He keeps on keeping on. He's talk about an Energizer bunny. I hope he doesn't mind if I say this, but Harlan lost everything in the fires in LA. He lost his house and everything and all of his beautiful Hollywood memorabilia that he had. And it's been rough. And he's still out there booking Jeffrey on shows to take care of Doors of Change. So,
he's an angel and we appreciate him.
Yes. I got a text right before I went live, the third day of the fires, from Harlan.
Yeah.
My house is gone. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So my heart is just fully, and we support you and we love you. Harlan, I'm going to give you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award too.
Yeah. Those are the things that they make you question, don't they, sometimes, because you think those are the people who are always sort of doing stuff for nothing and pro bono this and pro bono that, and like the good people. And then that's the person whose house gets destroyed. There is, you don't know why anything is happening, though. You don't know for everything happens as part of a plan, and we don't know what it is until much later sometimes. So we just got to go with it and go, I don't know why this is going on, but okay, must be part of the curriculum I signed up for. We'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. I have one word for that. I go okie dokie, which is the short form for I can't wait to see what good comes out of this.
Yes. But you know what? It really does happen. It just inevitably, if you wait a little longer, then it's not going to be apparent the next day sometimes. But if you wait, almost every single time you go, well, if that hadn't happened, the next thing that fell into line, or somebody that you met, or a choice you made, or a road you went down, you wouldn't have done it because you wouldn't have had to. And it's only stuff anyway, right? Thank God he's okay. I'm just glad he's okay. It's just stuff. We can accumulate more stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I pulled up here the central information hub where you can get everything that has to do with Doors of Change, including this information. September 6th, 2025. This is the Concert of Hope. And we're having a Rolling Stones tribute band this year. Jumping Jack Flash with an opening act by Whitney Shea. We have so much fun every single year. There's food, there's fun, there's dancing, there's great ways to donate and get something for your donation that is one of a kind, fabulous. We've got instruments that are signed. We've got records that are signed. So Jeffrey can tell you more about that, but you can get your tickets online there. I had them here today on purpose because today the tickets go on sale. So please go to doorsofchange.org and join the Angel team. There's so much information here, great videos. There's my Justine. And so please do bookmark this particular page for me. That's your call to action after today's show and celebrating my 13 years. This is what I would like you to do, is go and donate here.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Doorsofchange.org. And if someone is out of state or, somewhere out of the country and you want to donate, go to doorsofchange.org. Any donation we appreciate. We have to continue to have increased staff because thank God we're busy to help more kids get off the streets. But we have an Angel team that I want to just talk about for a second. We actually trademarked the name Angel Team by the California Angel. They gave us permission because it has to do with homelessness. And so for $18 a month or more, you can be an Angel Team member. It comes out of your, auto pay. And if we get 1,000 people donating $18 a month, that gives us enough money to be able to sustain ourselves for another 20 years. We can continue to help kids get off the streets. So we need the community, the world to help us so we can get more kids off the streets. Go to doorsofchange.org, join our Angel team, and you'll get some benefits from it as far as, signed memorabilia and stuff like that. But most importantly, you're getting kids off the streets. They're the future generation. If we don't help them, they're going to be stuck like the 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds that we see on the streets all across the United States today. But we appreciate your help, Dr. Marissa, to get the word out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. We are in the last part of the runway for this particular day. I would like to invite either of you to share anything that I forgot to ask you about.
I don't know what that would be.
I do
forgot to ask us about.
I have a lot of people who love you and certainly love the family that you came from. And you are, how do we find you, Lucie, to go and
website, Lucie Arnaz, LucieIearnaz.com. And there's a calendar, Lucie's calendar, and it'll tell you where I'm going to be. It'll tell me where I'm going to be. It'll tell me where I'm going to be. And basically when I've cut back a little bit on some of the concerts toward the getting into the next year here. I'm doing a little bit more writing and producing. And so, but I still go out and I do my concerts. I just did the 2 in Phoenix, and I've got 2 at the end of August here at the Purple Room in Palm Springs and the new Plaza Theater in February here. And I'm not promoting it all over the place like crazy, because the places I play, they do okay. They do some good promotion for themselves. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just, right now, I'm just trying to solve world problems. I'm just trying to be a good citizen and show up, like, just to solve what's going on and to make peace in the planet again.
Beautiful.
We start with kids on the street. That's all part of the problem.
Yes. Yeah. And you can join her and I in September with this fabulous concert that is coming up. Jeffrey?
I guess I just want to say that please think about making a difference, because these youth don't want to be homeless. They're not trying to be homeless. They want to have a life. You can give them a hand up. You can give them an opportunity to be able to work hard to be able to get their dreams come true with a little help from our community and from you. So any donation of any amount would be appreciated, because it makes a difference and you are saving lives. And when you see these kids graduate law school, graduate college with 2 degrees and now making $100,000 on their own because they made it themselves with a hand up from our community. Doorsofchange.org. I'm just so appreciative of Lucie, of Anson Williams, of you, Dr. Marissa, of allowing us to get the word out and educating people about the homeless youth community, and about 4.2 million kids that are in this country that don't want to be on the streets. We can help them get a hand up so they can break the cycle and be productive citizens. I want to say one thing. We are very blessed to just get a commitment from the San Diego Foundation, which is the largest foundation in San Diego. They've chosen San Diego's Urban League and Doors of Change to partner, go into high schools and colleges and offer scholarships for trade schools and for colleges for free for these youth. So if they're homeless, we'll give them a scholarship and they will actually get trained in several different trades that they can be self-sufficient. That's a game changer. We have a 4-year commitment from the San Diego Foundation. We're very blessed that we just got this. That's a huge game changer, and you can help us help even more kids have a better life.
That's great. Fantastic. Great news.
Yes. And I'm glad you got the hint, because I knew that there was something you wanted to share for the first time. And that is definitely great news. So you've got several call to actions today. One is, I also follow what Lucie talked about is when I remember, I have great memory. My recall sucks, but bringing water in my car. So when I do see homeless youth or adults, the same thing applies to adults.
Yeah.
So, anytime you hear someone say they just need to get a job, instead of walking away, I would like you to just stop and say, actually, I heard on Dr. Marissa's show that that is not the truth. The truth is people are on the streets not because they want to be, because they have to be. And since we're not getting support from the top anymore, it looks like it's going that way, then it's giving us all an opportunity to take some ownership, because, we are all connected and we can put the kind back into humankind. So I would like you to begin to not just walk away from people like that and roll your eyeballs that people are so ignorant. Instead, actually begin to help educate, because that's how we're going to make a difference.
That's
and
right.
that doesn't even cost money. But for $18 a month, I think you said, become an angel, right? There's a quick way into angel status so that we can all be of benefit. And of course, we'll see you September for the party that's going to go on to the one fundraiser of the year. Last year, I got to interview
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Thank you. Casey and the Sunshine Band, 3 Dog Night, you name it. Jeffrey's got the names and the support, but we want you to help all of us. Lucie Arnaz, do you have a wish for this year or for Doors of Change, setting intentions? You and I both know the power of that. I will see Doors of Change continue to be a beneficial presence on the planet, continue to draw to them the support and the wisdom to work with the youth who really want to make a difference on the planet themselves.
Yeah, I just wish continued health for Jeffrey Sitcov, who leads this wonderful charge, and just an enormous amount of gratitude goes out toward people like Jeffrey, like you too, Marissa, for
And like you too.
lifting us at times when we the balloon, we got to keep that balloon of hope up there, and it's not always easy. And I so appreciate people who do well.
And my wish is that Doors of Change can continue for another 24 years, helping kids have a better life. And with the community's help, we can do that.
Indeed.
Absolutely. And so it is. I am so happy that you all joined me this morning, and that not just celebrating my 13 years, 678 consecutive weeks, 331,000 views on my YouTube TV channel, and countless thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands reach now. I could not have done it without y'all. And I really, really know that everyone is one of a kind, wonderful. Everyone has unique talents, gifts, and abilities. Everyone is able to support nonprofits like the Doors of Change. Thanks, Jeffrey Sitcov, Lucie Arnaz. If you would join me, you remember this sign? It's all about balance. Peace in, peace out.
Peace in,
World peace through inner peace.
Gotcha.
Now go and have the best day ever.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take back your life.